Hey, good morning, everybody. I had so many people text me and say that they really enjoyed the fireside chat yesterday, so I figured I'd do it one more time. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow too. We'll see if everybody likes it. Be the last time probably I'll do it until next year. But if you guys didn't get a Merry Christmas Eve, by the way. I know I'm not as festive. I'm in my sweater hoodie, I think you call this thing. I'm not even sure exactly what you call it. But we get the fire here going, the electric fire. Good morning, Rooster. Good morning, Jeff. What's up, everybody? It's great to see you guys. Merry Christmas Eve. Had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas Eve dinner last night. Kim and her family out in Eden, I think it is, or maybe Boston. And her mom is just awesome, and her kids are just great. Jimmy, what's up? Carrie, what's going on? Hey, Ken. Just great people. They had turkey, and we had dark meat and light meat, and then sweet potatoes with pineapples, which was the first time I've ever had that. It's really good. And everything, gravy and stuffing, and there was dessert afterwards. I had my fill. Let's just say I had my fill. Good morning, Dale. Great to see you. Lisa, what's up? Ken. So, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Jim, hey, what's up, brother? But it was awesome. There were toys everywhere, and everybody's so many presents. It's just a great kickoff to today. And really, like we all talked about, Robbie yesterday having, such a great day. Athletes Unleashed. Amanda, what's up? Good morning. Nikki, what's up? Good morning. Merry Christmas Eve. And just a great kickoff. Couldn't have started any better. Nobody thought that decision was going to come down yesterday. And, I talked to a number of people. We thought that the courts were going to hold it up again. So wonderful news for all of Western New York and in New York and all the people that support Robbie and Athletes Unleashed. So thank you to everything that's going on there. I had a chance to speak with Marie yesterday as well. And Becky, what's up? JT, what's up, brother? Great to see you, man. Missed you. Definitely missed you, buddy. I was wondering where you were. My phone, guys, I don't know. I'm texting everybody, and I don't know if people are receiving it or not. It's just been crazy. I've been trying to do limited texting from there so that I'm not trying to catch up. But hopefully today it's all rectified and remedied. So, talked to Marie yesterday. We've got some very exciting news coming down. Eric, didn't have a chance to speak with him, Small Business Coalition, but we'll have a chance to speak probably today or even, tomorrow or Saturday. And really exciting news, stuff that's going on over there with Small Business Coalition. There's going to be a lot of great things coming up, and Marie and Eric had an opportunity to speak with somebody, I'm not going to say who, but somebody that is extremely prominent and extremely popular. And this individual does not like Cuomo in the least. And this individual has experience and is going to help us here in the New York area. And the reason for that is because of the relationship and the respect that this individual has and how highly they regard Eric and Marie. I think about all of you guys, and you guys know it's just always here, and it's here, and you just feel it. But Marie and Eric, guys, they are a blessing. And please, every day, give thanks for them. Really, please. They are out there working every day behind the scenes in so many ways that we don't even understand. and appreciate and see. They are tenacious and tireless in their efforts and what they do. You know, I wanted to bring up a little bit of something now that, JT's here. So thank you for, in the introduction to Marie, and then ultimately Eric, was all because of a little group called FreeNYS.com. And a gentleman by the name of John Winstead, he and I had spoken. And good morning, Mike. What's up, brother? He and I had spoken about, we had gone to different rallies together. And again, it was one of those things where paying attention, networking, talking to people. Eric, great to see you, brother. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. And John was one of these individuals that, again, very quiet, very unsure of himself. And he was there. He had a great sign. And just, you could tell he had a treasure trove of ability and capability to bring to the table. And this was when I had my old phones. Lisa, good morning. Chris, what's up, Christine? Great to see you, hon. Merry Christmas Eve, guys. And can you guys hear the music all right? Are you guys hearing the music? I got a little bit of the jazzy music. And can you guys hear me all right? Just let me know. Greg! Good morning. Merry Christmas, you beautiful person. And John, I won't say his last name, but I ended up finding out that I believe married and has 4 kids, new to the area. He came from outside the area. And I said, there's something in this guy. I need to talk to him. And he and I, we had a few conversations, and we kind of didn't have a whole lot of interaction at the beginning other than rallies. And he had a lot of responsibilities on his plate. And I won't get into what he does or where he does. He's just heavily involved in his life. Good morning, Dan. And we had a conversation about doing a Christian coalition where we would get and align all of these churches. And not all of them, because obviously there's differences amongst most of them. But at least to get enough of them together so that they would have power in their individual congregations coming together. It was just an idea that I floated to him, and then, it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't manifest in anything. And then he had an opportunity. He connected with an individual named Greg. And I'm not going to say Greg's last name. But there's a website that was there, and it's called FreeNYS.com. And what that website was created for was for medical freedom, when they were looking to get rid of our medical rights. Well, Greg had been in working with Marie, and in such a blessing, in a way that was just, it was for all of us. They had been going around, I think they hit 30 cities. They had a big concert tour that they were doing. I wonder what they called it. It's Marie. The Marie Rock Tour does medical freedom. And they ended up going 30 cities in 35 days. So through John, I got to meet Greg. And then I got to meet Jed and Jesse and George and Marie. I got to meet Marie as well. And it was just awesome. And then Vinny came into the fray, was able to meet him. And a lot of us, we were doing a lot of the same things throughout the beginning of the year. And Free NYS ended up being created with John, and then George was helping him. And we all had a vision for where that wanted to go. And I was honored and blessed to have them invite me in and to bring me on board. Well, like so many things, Kathy, what's going on? Yeah, absolutely, Greg. That's exactly right. So we came together. And then from there, from Free NYS and all the work, and it's been a little slow. Admittedly, it's been slow, but it is. Where's my candle, Kathy? It's over. I got the candle. I put it away. I figured I'd do it candle free this morning. I could focus it on you guys a little bit more. Good morning, Linda. How you doing, hon? So we, it was slow going. Everybody had responsibilities, and I was kind of feeling the group out and where we were going to be. And I think there were grander expectations than what actually happened. So, Jermaine, good morning, brother. Great to see you, man. Merry Christmas Eve. So, we stepped back a little bit, but that was okay. And then in the meantime, I met a couple of people named Desiree and Mike, and they had a group called Marching Patriots. Prior to that, I had been with Gay and Joe and Taylor and Gina, Nancy a little bit, and Nick, and we were doing different protests. Good morning, Anna. We were doing different protests and we were doing different rallies. And they were kind of very spur of the moment. There was design and intent with them, but there really wasn't any schedule. It was just kind of, what are we going to do? And then they started to get organized a little bit more. And then I met Mike and Desiree, and then they welcomed me in, as they have with so many other people, with the Marching Patriots. And then there were inherent pitfalls and challenges that came in with that group, the Facebook doing what they're doing to them and taking them down and taking the personal pages down. And, them persevering, going up on a platform of MeWe, and making it work there, using texting to help and doing everything that they could do once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes even 3 times a week. And people like Joe, and good morning, Dwayne, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas Eve, guys. They would march either by themselves or in a group. And our numbers grew, and they grew, and they grew with Marching Patriots. Breathe Free New York came into the fray. Nick Nazinski reached out to me. Pete, I want to do something for the restaurants. I go, I do too. Let's do it. We made it happen. We built it, and we had an idea of what we wanted to do to help the community and what we wanted to do to be able to give back to the patriots and freedom fighters and the warriors, be able to go out. And so many people were so grateful that we had been out there doing that. Sometimes it was the first time they had gone out to eat in forever. How many times do you guys hear that with the new people we bring in at all of these rallies? And that's why the rallies are so important, guys. Thank you, Nicole. Good morning. Merry Christmas Eve. People ask, what is the value of rallies and protests? If you haven't been to one, you don't know. It's camaraderie. It's this sense of unity and belonging. Unlike anything you're gonna know. You feel so good about doing what we do and not negatively engaging anybody. We have our message to share with whoever it is that's there, and we're gonna say truth. We're gonna say facts. We're gonna expose people. That's what we're gonna do. But the greatest thing about it is we started to learn how to get the people that were coming, get them cards, people that stopped at the side of the road, get them cards with all the information, and then in the meantime, we had a big one at West Seneca, and I met a gentleman by the name of John Graff. And KIA, Kristen Wolter, was all about the same time. And John Graff and that group was Scott Nowachin, and Morale Response Vehicle was there at that time. The Renegades, they were doing their thing with all their stuff, and Jim was there. And they were doing Rolling Patriots. And then we combined the groups. We found one another. And it was a perfect marriage. And what those guys did was they would take it another step, and they would roll through, come together, and they have learned and grown. And how many people the Marching Patriots and the Rolling Patriots have inspired the Renegades, KIA, and other organizations like them have inspired is incalculable. It's immeasurable. The number of people we see at the side of the road that chase us down in their cars or run after us. It's amazing. So I'm so grateful for John and Scott and Amanda and the Nowachin family. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Diana. And then you have Diana. And Diana was doing her own thing. And she had a couple of different partners that were helping. And she did Free NYS and so many other groups. And thank you to her. I'm so grateful to her and Hope and everything they're doing. And then you had Charlie Pauline. Charlie Pauline came into the fray. And he started The Watchman. And I was welcomed into that organization. And it was amazing. Being a part of that family and that group of people, and there's the warmth and the acceptance of everybody in that group. And you're talking to people that are completely different backgrounds, but the heart and the joy and the happiness and togetherness, the unity that Charlie created because of a gentleman by the name of David Horton down in North Carolina, and Charlie Pauline and Morton, Megan, or Mike, whoever that is, they started that. And it is a beautiful, beautiful organization. Amazing organization. It's a peacekeeping organization. That's what they do. That's what they've always done. No matter how they're characterized in any other light, we have people of every ethnicity, every religion, every creed, every color in our ranks. And we are there to protect against organizations like Black Lives Matter. Good morning, Bonnie. Merry Christmas, sweetheart. And groups like Antifa, groups that are weaponized like Poland Cars and Burstein and John Flynn, that are weaponized against the people. That is why the Watchmen were created. And I'm so grateful and thankful to every single one of those people I call brother and sister. We work together still, collaborating all the time. And there's not a day that goes by that any member of the Watchmen doesn't text me, several members of the Watchmen. And Charlie always makes me smile. And he always cracks me up, and he always makes me laugh in his way, in his dry way. He's just got that charisma. He's got that charm. And he's working on things. And we all know that Charlie's working on certain things. And he's conscious of it. And he gets it. He's aware. And he is one of those, he has the biggest heart you can possibly imagine. And then, of course, we've got Constitutional Coalition, which has always been there, right? Constitutional Coalition, always present for a long number of years. And all the people that support that, Carl Palladino and Dave DiPietro, Stefan Mahailu, Russ Thompson, the list of names that you go through with the Constitutional Coalition, and, Sean, that's there, and Jackie, and of course, Nick is a part of it as well, Ben being a part of it, Michelle, Heather, just going through all the names in my head of their members and their groups. And just so thankful, I think Gina as well, Scotty, good morning. But what I saw was, and what you guys know that I do, is what I want to do is just instill this confidence and this faith and this belief in each and every one of you in every way that I can. And I'm learning and getting better and growing at that myself. But I want to be so encouraging, so uplifting, so affirmating with everything. And that's the beautiful part of all of our groups. All of our groups are there supporting one another, doing what we do in the best ways that we do them. Allowing one another to develop and create and soar and fly. And in the meantime, we have Rolling Patriots helping KIA, helping Save Our Seniors, which Save Our Seniors. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's just absolutely wonderful. And then with the Watchmen and the initiate, the starting of that, local Proud Boys coming to prominence. Then you have 3%ers coming together and into prominence. Christina, what's up, sweetheart? Merry Christmas Eve. And each one of these groups growing their numbers, growing their base, growing their foundation. And then each one of these groups having their own identity, but then coming together in a collaboration and a unification that is so brilliant. It gives you tingles. What's up, Joe? Good morning. Merry Christmas Eve, brother. You better call me if you're going to be alone. We better get together. That's all I'm saying. No spending Christmas Eve alone for anybody. Make sure you guys call me. I've had a little bit of a tough time. There's things that happen and arise every day, as you guys know. And I just appreciate you so much in understanding and, forgiving me for being delayed. And like I said, just keep messaging me, guys. If I don't get back to you right away, just keep messaging me. So those groups are forming. Dal, good morning. And look at this. I mean, just this alone, everybody coming together and being here and just saying hi and just take a look. Take a look at all the faces that are here, all the faces that were at Joe's place, at other Joe's place, at all the events, at when we go to Breathe Free events, when we go to Thanksgiving parties. Dan, good morning. Sharon, what's up? When we go to celebrate events, chili fests, just meetings themselves, whatever they are, and you take a look around and you see all of the people that you didn't know before, and there is not a doubt in my mind that divinely, and you guys know, I'll say it again, I am faithful, I have faith, I pray, I believe. I am not religious. I'm just not religious, and I'm not sure that I ever will be. This is about as close to religion as I get, and I have my reasons for that. And my reasons for that, and I'll articulate them, I wasn't going to, but my reasons for that are my experiences with church in organized religion. And it always seems to become about someone, somebody, something. There's that strife that gets created. There's those cliques. People start talking about one another, and you're just like, what is going on? And I know there are those churches out there that they defy that. And the leadership of them, the pastors, the ministers, the priests, they're able to overcome and surmount that. But what we've created is the way that it should be. What we're building and creating, all of us together, individually, but together, growing the ranks of each one of these organizations, each one of these groups. That's the way it should be. People that are always mindful, cognizant. Ooh, I turned the 5G off last night. Maybe that's why that one popped into there. Cognizant, aware, and just understanding the needs of each individual and paying attention and looking out there and giving Luke, who came out, and his family who came out, where, he had that flag and he's holding on to that flag for dear life. And all of these other moments that we have all seen, the Trump boat parade, and how amazing was Trump boat parade, and seeing that come together with the motorcycle groups, people standing on shore of the boats. And that day it had about a quarter of the number of people that would have shown up because of the wind and the conditions. We would have had 4 times the number of people on that day, but a beautiful, beautiful moment, a beautiful day to share with everybody. And the family that I came together with that night, all of them, Bart and Tina and Renee and their kids, and Alyssa, and dancing, just the 5 or 6 of us, just goofy. in a boat, enclosed, raining outside because of how excited, exuberant, happy we can be. And so many other people out in that small boat harbor dancing, in their hearts and in their minds and being happy. And that's the core of what these groups are about. The amazing people that their hearts are just so full of passion, so full of life, so full of giving. Their minds, it doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, it doesn't matter if they work the 12-hour shift or if they're at work or what they've done or if they have nothing left, if they're down. What do you need? What do you need? I'm there. I'm getting in the car right now. I'm coming over. It can be Christmas every day. And it has been Christmas every day. It really has been. And every day Christmas gets even better and even better and even better because we get stronger and stronger and more unified. And we come together in just a beautiful, beautiful way. And you see the groups just, little more groups, and then the rally group and the protest group with Andrew and Chelsea and Jean and Kathy and John and Ben and Luke. And you take a look at that group, just a beautiful, beautiful group and what they did. And then us coming together for tailgates, for Friendsgivings, for 4th of July, coming together, going to Albany, going to DC for protests as a family, trying to right the ship, trying to strengthen it, bolster it. And in order to fight the fights that we are going to invariably, inevitably have to fight, it needed to start with us paying attention to what we needed and wanted, having the courage to build that group, to start that group, to get better and better and better at it, to build the trust with the people inside that group, to make it a family, brothers and sisters, an even deeper level of brother and sister. Like it's more than a brotherhood and a sisterhood in a family. And then paying attention to every single individual out there, assembling, coming together, and using our skill sets, all of our skill sets, good morning, Seth, in the best way. And Seth is a classic example, perfect example of exactly how it can go and should go. But us handing out those business cards, us taking the time to get those numbers from people when we're out there so we can bring even more and more capable, qualified people who have the ability to do things. Save Our Seniors came into play. And a part of the vision that's out there of what we're trying to create and build to make our elderly care system the best that it can be for all of our loved ones and for staff and for administration. And the beautiful serenades that we've had and how we changed minds and we changed hearts. And Mike Lomas coming on with Financial Guys and him doing everything that he has been doing for years and years and years. And then Lori coming on board with her event that she had in October out at the Summit Park Mall and thinking she was going to have 20 people at Trump rally right before the election. And there had to have been 800 cars there. The whole front of it filled. Limousines, big vehicles, Renegades were there, Watchmen were there, Rolling Patriots were there. It was just so many great people came together. And Lori thought that there was going to be, Pam, what's up? Good morning. Pam thought, Merry Christmas Eve. Lori thought there was going to be 20 people. She goes, Pete, there was nobody there. I showed up early. I scouted that, Watchmen showed up. And the one big thing that we missed out on in that opportunity was there were so many new people there that had we known and been organized the way that we should, that way that we are now, a couple of months later, just a couple of short months later, Teresa, Jessica, oh, Merry Christmas Eve. And Jessica knows why I'm so excited, and I'm not saying anything, but it's, anyways, I'm going to get to that in a minute. It's one of the things that I'm going to talk about. But Lori had that incredible moment where we had almost, just hundreds and hundreds of cars, over 1,500 people that were there at the Summit Park Mall, all of us together. And that starts because of Trump. They say he's divided, but he hasn't. He has brought people together. He is awake. We are awake now. We are aware of what is happening and how deep it runs. And the whole purpose of all these groups forming are to, in their own little way, do something in every way that they can. And there will be even more groups that come in as we inspire more people, and just outside of our circle too. But what's going to happen is these groups are going to form independently, and they are forming, and they're going to bring even more people in. And then what's going to happen is we're going to find one another, and we're going to be together and unified in an even bigger group. So as amazing as Friendsgiving was, which was an incredible collaboration between every single group that we have, every single person, an individual, and please, Jim Ostrowski and Steve Filano as well, I cannot thank them enough for their fights. David Bellavia and the fight that he has had and the fight that he has put into this. Tom Bowerly, even though a lot of people don't like him and there's some very, very major differences, the fight that Tom Bowerly has put in. The 1791 Society and Frank Panasuk and what they have done. And that wonderful, wonderful event that they did. Gina, what's up? Great to see you on Merry Christmas Eve. On that wonderful event that they did in front of Hamburg Town Hall. I cannot, and a lot of times I forget to mention the 1791 Society, but they are an incredible group. And regardless of, they may support rhinos, or they may support this, or they may do this, or they may do that. I get it. I totally get it. I don't know any of those guys. What I do know is Andrew, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Doug, Merry Christmas Eve. But what I do know is this. I know that they fight, and that's what we need. The differences that we all may have with everyone, if we are truly going to come together and unite and unify. I've had people that have said some very, very, very nasty and hurtful things to me, other than Antifa, which we know. And Mark pulling cars, and Mark Odian, and the like. But you just forgive it. I've had people think some very hateful things about me, and that is what it is. And I'm, okay, yeah, I got to let this go. There are certain things that you can't let go, and I get that, and I understand that. But collectively, to be able to truly come together and make this huge difference, there's value in all of us at this point. We're going to need everybody. We're going to need those classic car groups. We're going to need all the churches. We're going to need, the tuner car groups. We're going to need the young kids. We're going to need those high school groups. We're going to need those college groups. We're going to need those football teams. We're going to need those people to be the voices of the individuals that feel like they can't express themselves, that still feel like they can't express themselves. Those people that, because we do our rallies and our protests, that come up to us and say, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one. I've been looking and praying. How many times you guys have heard I've been looking and praying for a group like this, to find a group like this. Don't let that go unappreciated and unnoticed ever. Don't forget it, guys. Those individuals are everything. That's how we grow. You get those numbers one person at a time, winning the hearts and minds and showing them exactly who we are and what we represent. No matter the vitriol, everything that somebody says to us, we fly, we soar, we stay high, we stay above it, we stand united. Where we go one, we go all, we will rise, we will not fall. And we don't tear one another apart, There was a misunderstanding where a couple of instances happened where people thought I was trying to divide and tear that apart. I made those apologies to other people, and I may have been misguided in what I said and how I said it. I may have been. There were reasons and there were intent and there were very specific reasons why I did what I did. But I needed to be man enough to say, hey, I made a mistake. And you don't have to forgive me. And there's no expectation. That's how this all works. There's no expectation or demands on any of us. We do it because we want to do it. We do it because we all value one another. We all appreciate one another in our efforts. We acknowledge each other all the time. That's what's so beautiful about this. And I've had to do those things and I've had to say those things. And sometimes people forgive and they're able to move forward, and sometimes a little bit of forgiveness, but not really. And sometimes there's like I said, there's Jeremy. What's up? Great to see you, brother. And Jeremy, a part of Small Business Coalition and everything he's doing. And thank you. And all the people that are involved, all the names, Mike and Michelle and Tyler and Wendy and Martina and Grace and Joanne, all the people that are involved, all the names that we know. And just so grateful for this team, for this family. All of us being motivated, inspired to act, and then to inspire others and motivate them to either become a part of us or act, and then support them completely on what they do and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish. So we won, I think, 1 or maybe 2 elected offices here. Santino, what's up? Good morning, Merry Christmas Eve. And that is Gay, and that is Joe, and that's Gina, and that is everybody in Constitutional Coalition that helps Starla. Starla is another big one that helps all the time. And, and Greta, or not Greta. Oh God, I forgot her name. Oh no, but I know her name, but we just met her. And all of the people that are ready to contribute in every single way. I would say the best thing that we can do, guys, moving into the new year, is get your phone, I would strongly recommend get a second phone and put all your contacts in there. Stay in contact with them all the time. Do not trust Facebook to let it happen. People tell me all the time, Pete, I never knew you went on live. Hundreds and hundreds of people tell me, Pete, I just never know when you go on live, and my Facebook doesn't show it. The events that you posted, I don't see them. The posts you put on, I don't see them. Don't trust Facebook. The thing that we need to do even better and more efficiently and proficiently and productively is we need to get those phones, get the names of every single person, every meeting that we're at, every rally, protest that we're at. You see a new face, you walk up, and everybody I work close with, Dale and Kathy and Mark and Jackie, and Mark and Jackie are incredible in everything that they have done. And you guys see, and Jen, and all the names, Joyce and Dave, and all just, Monica and Joe, and hundreds of names that I've mentioned already. And I didn't know anybody in March. Imagine where we're going to be when we weren't connected at the very beginning. Now we have thousands of us, and if all of us are mindful of and do what we need to do each and every day, imagine how many other members of this family are out there that just don't know. They were adopted. They don't know where we're at yet, right? And they're just looking for us, searching for us. And we keep extending, and we put that stuff in our phone every day. Patriot, they want to do rallies, they want to do small business. And that was another thing. Sex offenders, the sex trafficking, all of what Trump did to call attention to that. And those groups that were out there doing that. Lindsay, being, the one person. And, name on the top of the tip of my tongue. But the other organization that, keep our kids safe. And then, our organization that we created, Keep Kids Safe. that we don't talk a lot about, but we do. We're active and working with that, but we've got so many other things that need to happen right now as well. But that's another organization that's out there that has been born out of everything that we've done. Good morning, Karen. And that is one of the things that we need to tackle and take on locally with all of those agencies. Katie Cartwright, I got it. So Katie Cartwright, and Save Our Children, and what she was doing, and the things that she is still continuing to do, and the things that Lindsay and her husband are continuing to do. And I'm just so grateful for everybody. All of us sitting by on the sidelines, not doing anything forever and ever and ever. Good morning, Paul. Merry Christmas Eve. And us all coming together, finding one another, doing, building, creating. And what's going to happen today at 4:30 at Children's Hospital is going to be even more powerful. Because as we've been out at our rallies and our protests, what do? We love you. I love you. God bless you. God bless America. Trying to have those conversations with people to bring them down, de-escalate. What are you concerned about? Let's have a conversation about what's going on. And a lot of those people, we have ended up having conversations, and sometimes we found common ground. Sometimes we get a smoke bomb hurled at us. Sometimes they try to smash our brains in with a pipe. That happens, and other times they just keep swearing at you, and our kids that are standing there. But no matter what happens, Share Bear, what do? We love you from the very beginning. We love you. We don't acknowledge it. They come by with their Trump song, and then I was like, I love Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. And then the Screaming Patriot, I never mentioned her, and Paul and Jen, just amazing people, and Rooster and Amanda and Rooster doing everything, and Greg coming in, and Mike, Mike Bray and Frank Coleman with Save Our Seniors, and everybody, Kim and that group, and everybody coming in together and working together and doing everything that we're all doing together. But what do? It's always positive. It's always on point. It's always uplifting. We redirect our thoughts that we may have that little bit of animus or that doubt, or we may, feel a little bit unsettled by what somebody has done, or hurt, or disrespected, or not acknowledged or disregarded. And what don't we allow to happen? We don't allow it to stick to us. We go, it was just an oversight. Who cares? Who cares? And sometimes we've had people within our groups actively working against each other and actively working to undermine or sabotage for one reason or another. But why does it persevere? Why does it last? Because if that happens in one group or one person, even if they're in multiple groups, people go up to that person and go, what's going on? What's up? Why are you having these conversations? Let's just try to figure it out. I'm going to get real cozy right now, put the leg. Let's try to figure it out together. And we don't allow those differences to distract us or pull us away from or take away from everything that we're doing. We just let it make us stronger, because now, rather than going back to our inclinations, our predispositions, the experiences that we've had, the way that we handle things all the time, we are getting better and more compassionate and more empathetic, more understanding. We are elevating and we are rising, all of us together, unified, because we're learning how to combat those things, how to deal with those things, how to make somebody feel better in a situation that, because how does it start? It starts with just one little thought, and I'm guilty of it. I am completely guilty of it. It starts with that one little thought, and you let it take hold, and you let it start to grow. And then all of a sudden you start having conversations about that with one person and then two. And now you're affecting those people. And you're affecting their opinion of what it is that you're concerned with. And rather than going to the person that you need to have a conversation with and talk to, we're bringing in other people that shouldn't even be involved. And you guys know how I approach most things. I'm very protective of individuals, of the groups, very protective, the information that I'll share. And you know, people always say to me, Pete, you know, just let me know. And it's no knock on you. It's not that I don't trust you implicitly or that anybody else doesn't trust you implicitly. If I don't know that I can share that information with somebody, I try not to. Now, I've made mistakes as well, and that's why I become more and more aware of it. But I'm always trying to be very protective because our reputations are everything with this fight. We see how they try to tear us down. No matter what we do, they're going to try to tear us down. And we don't let them. And the reason why we don't let any of that inner strife, any individual, any even collective that's out there, any outside influence, any of the media, any government agency, any politician, the reason why we are growing and getting stronger every single day with bigger numbers is because we're doing all of these things individually as one. We're smiling, we're hugging, we're kissing. I'm not kissing you, Dale. Maybe Mark. Nick, you guys know I'm going to kiss Nick for sure. Not on the lips, on the cheek. I'll kiss Nick on the cheek. And Scott, you know, I'll give him and Dave and Bill and, you know, Joe, of course. I mean, both Joes, all the Joes. I mean, there's Joe like quintuple. They're getting kisses on the cheek. Dale, all right, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek too. But you know, it's just that feeling that everybody feels. It's like utter acceptance, no judgment, unconditional, unwavering love, recognition, admiration, affection. And we don't let anything or anyone tear us down. And we laugh. Nancy is amazing. I love her. She was always sending me memes and videos, and the two of us just crack up. But that's the bonds. It's those little things that I tell you guys about. That they just look at the smile, like seeing something from all the different names that I met. You, Bill and Jen or Cliff, you know, Nancy sending this stuff, Nick, and you just like, that is hilarious. You know, Jen and John, Matt and Courtney. That is where the bonds are formed and formulated and originated in and rooted in. And that's what the foundation is. And when we all start to believe that and have that faith, and you guys know the people that you're having conversations with now that you never did before. And now, once we start to have fewer and fewer conversations with those people who are completely opposite, that you're not going to affect, and we focus that time and energy into the people that we have that are close to us in these groups that we created and established these relationships, we are all going to be even better. It's the effort that everybody puts in. It's just, and Heather, how can I forget Heather? Heather, I'm not going to say her last name, but Heather is an integral and instrumental part of every single group. You know, her face, she does it with Marching Patriots, she breathes free, she works full time, she has her kids, she does homeschool teaching, she's involved with the church, and I don't know how she comes up with the time to do what she does, but another person, and you know, I'm just one of those other people that, you know, you see that text message come in and you just start to fly. And your heart gets so filled with it. And you guys just see the smile because it's just reflecting on a year of what so many other people have been so sad about, so downtrodden and melancholy, so hurt. You know, everybody from every angle telling them, you gotta stay down, comply, trying to destroy. And here we are, frolicking. and dancing and singing and embracing and having Tommy Z coming out, and then Robbie and Kelly and Freedom Before Fear and that being established with Mike Lomas, and just amazing, amazing things building. And if it got to the point where it is now, when we had nothing and no one as of April, imagine what this next year is going to bring. And what it's bringing today is it's bringing a whole lot of people. So you guys know, police officers, this is where I got off on a tangent about 10 minutes ago, police officers, law enforcement, FBI, state troopers, sheriff's department, border patrol, homeland security, customs agents, every single person, firefighters, paramedics, every person, what do? Shake their hands. We go up and shake their hands. Aaron, what's up, brother? Great to see you. We love you. We back you. We support you. We appreciate you. We love what you do for us. And what has happened? Every single one of those groups, every opportunity that we've had, we've built that trust with them. Those captains, those lieutenants, those chiefs, those officers, those detectives. It radiates out. There is a reason why we all do what we do, and we conduct ourselves the way that we do, and we handle the things the way that we handle them. Why we say we love you. Is there anything that we can do for you? How are we doing? How are you doing today? Like, really, it's not just somebody saying, hey, what's going on? No, people stand there for 10, 15 minutes and then months because they did stand there for that 10 or 15 minutes, hours. Dale does it all the time. Jen, John, they do it. Mark and Jackie, they do it. How many other people are out there talking? Merry Christmas Eve, sweetheart. That they make somebody else feel relevant and that they matter. And all of the respect that these groups have is what it's founded in and rooted in. It doesn't matter what the media says about us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Antifa or any other organization says about us or about any individual in the group. Why? Because we all know what we stand for. We all know what we represent and what we fight for. We've even extended, Nancy even invited them out for hot cocoa to her house the other day. I have. We try to even embrace the opposition. We appreciate, how many times we have said we appreciate and respect you and your right to communicate what your beliefs are. And as long as we stick to and adhere to that, guys, what we are going to build in each and every one of these towns, in this county, what Stefan is doing, going on the TV, what Dave DiPietro has been doing for years, and Jim Ostrowski and Steve Filano, and all of those names, the Russ Thompsons, the Carl Palladino, all of them that have been fighting so hard. What's going to end up happening is this community is going to be amazing. Amazing, because we are going to ultimately realize that we are there together, unified, not separate, not divided. We can have our differences, and that's okay. We'd be like, yeah, I get it, but always be civil. So today, as a result of all of those efforts for 8 months, all of us, each individual, we love you, Back to Blue, the firefighters, everybody today, because of Kristen Wolter and because of KIA. Rolling Patriots will be there, Marching Patriots will be there, Watchmen, members of Save Our Seniors. We're going over there. They invited Save Our Seniors group, Kristen did, to go over there to Children's Hospital. And I'm going to post it right as soon as I get off of here, but I sent the text messages out to the groups. But we are all going over there and assembling today at Children's Hospital. Those kids are our kids. There's no more distinction and separation. I literally care. Every person that's there has to matter. It can't be just the face. All of those kids, all of that staff, all of those nurses, those doctors, administrators. Good morning, Mark. Hey, Merry Christmas Eve, brother. Bro, good to see you. Merry Christmas Eve, sweetheart. All of those people that are in there, they all need to and should matter. And we're all coming together today to sing and carol and give out Christmas gifts in greater numbers than we have ever. Firefighters are going to be there. Police, Buffalo police are going to be there. Come on out, guys. And then what we've got is our big New Year's Eve bash. Thanks to a collaboration of all the groups, an idea started by the Constitutional Coalition and Nancy Orticelli, worked with the entire group, all of the leaders group, doing everything and contributing ideas on how that can be pulled off. But that is going to be January 31st in the city, or not yet, December 31st. I'm stepping ahead. I'm excited about that. And it's going to start at 8. And I'm going to talk about that some more, but I do have to get going. I do have a 9:30 meeting I'm going to be late for. But I just wanted to thank you so much, guys, for everything each and every one of you guys have done. No small act, no small piece of the puzzle goes unnoticed. It is all valuable. Even those conversations and those friendships you're building with one another. It all matters. Don't kill anybody out there today. That where you at. Don't kill anybody. Let's get through that, all right? Family or friends or other shoppers that are out there or whatever. Don't knock anybody over. Merry Christmas Eve, guys. Love you guys very, very much. I do have to take off. I do apologize for it being abrupt, but I cannot wait to see you all today at 4:30. I'm going to get there probably around 4, and let's just, oh my God, I cannot wait to hear this chorus and this assembly of people. I love you guys. Merry Christmas Eve.